Wait a minute. Am I the problem? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am DoodleMan149, and today I'll be talking about something a little controversial in the finals. I'll be talking about the new player experience and how Embark can make this game friendlier to new players without killing the game for the rest of us. Without further delay, let's hop into this. First off, let me clarify that little hook from the intro. What the hell am I even talking about? I've been hearing a lot of talk lately about how the finals isn't friendly to new players. Not so much that the learning curve is too steep or the mechanics are too deep for new players to grasp. After all, we were all new players at one point or another, and here we are, still playing. Instead, the problem more lies with new players getting matched against players who have been on this game since day one. This is one of those instances where some slightly stricter SBMM might be needed. Now, whoa. Hold on there. I can feel your mouse heading over that little X button, but just don't close me out just yet. Give me a chance to explain myself before you crucify me in the comments or decide that this video isn't worth your time. I made a little video a while ago about how SBMM in the finals kinda works. Check out the link below or the card in your upper right screen if you want to hear about that. However, in relation to what I see there, sometimes you get randomly paired with or against people who have just loaded up the game for the first time. In both instances, this is detrimental for one of the parties. If you're playing against them, you might have a blast nuking the noobs from orbit, but on the other end, they're getting shit on repeatedly and no one likes that. But if they're on your team, they are dead weight and are feeling the pain of basically having a smaller team. Now, while you may have fun destroying new players, they don't enjoy it, and if it happens often enough, they're not going to stick with the game. Honestly, I don't blame them for that. That's kinda how I felt with Siege. So, what can we do here? How do we fix this? Well, let's hop back to BF4 for our answer. Years ago, when I first got into Battlefield with Battlefield 4, I started playing in beginner servers. They helped me learn the ropes of the game and paired me against other players with a similar rank to mine. You weren't allowed to join these servers once you reached a certain rank, and I think that was rank 10, and that seems like a perfect thing to implement in the finals. While the finals doesn't have servers, they could certainly have their matchmaking system look at the people queuing for a match, and if they're all, say, below level 20, they'll only be matched in lobbies with other sub-level 20 players. This will not only put all the new players on a relatively even playing field in terms of general game skill, but it'll also offer some time to build up VRs to get all the weapons and gadgets they may want to play with. Being a day one player, I don't think I realized just how much of a grind there is to get all the weapons and attachments unlocked every season, since with my backlog of 5,000 VRs each season, I just buy up all the new stuff right away when they come out. With this protected bracket, however, being paired with and against each other, the new players can learn to play the game and fall in love with it like we all have. There would, of course, have to be some limitations. You can't just use a low-level account to queue into a super easy lobby with your new buddy. There would have to be something in place where if one person is above level 20 in the party and the others aren't, then everyone in that party plays in a regular lobby. Sure, this may limit how often friends can play with each other when some are starting the game, but they can always opt to play in regular lobbies with their friends anyway. Also, 20 might be a little high now that I think about it. Maybe BF4 had it right and go with rank 10. Gives you time to learn without keeping you and your friends separated for very long. So what do you, the dedicated players of the finals, think of this idea? Do you think it's good to improve the new player experience to add greater numbers to the game, or are you too addicted to stomping noobs in casual lobbies? If you don't like this idea, what ones do you have? Please let me know in the comments below. And so with that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Dropping a like on this video will help the algorithm send this to others, and subscribing is a great way to keep up to date on when I post. Thanks to everyone who supports me either through Patreon or merch sales, or just by watching the stuff I make. It makes it all worth it. Speaking of Patreon patrons, I'd like to thank mine real quick. Thank you so much, Zane Tor, for being my first and only Patreon patron. It means the world to me, and I really, truly appreciate your dollar. So if you want to join Zane Tor and support me on Patreon, you know right where your name's going to pop up. I'm a little one-man army running this channel, so any support would go a long way to keeping the gears greased. Even if you don't, thanks for making it this far. If you have, drop a comment including the phrase, "Save the noobs" in it, and I'll know you watched the whole thing. Until next time, contestants, I've been your host, DoodleMan149, and I'll see you again sometime, somewhere, as we try to reach the finals.